into our main season, but now you have the pleasure of seeing it performed tonight. So while you watch the show, you'll probably be offended, shocked, or uncomfortable. And while you experience those things, I encourage you to lean in and ask, why are you offended? And does offense equate wrong? Is it morally wrong to engage in material that may be offensive? And if so, why is that? Since this is a play with some queer content, although mildly questionable queer content by today's standards, I wanted this to be an opportunity for advocacy and support. So there are QR codes around the board where you can donate to the Landlord Legal to help, support the actual gay agenda and learn more about this organization. This speech is longer than the play now because this play runs approximately 40 minutes. It has been cut for length and not for content. Content implications include depictions of sex, incest, pedophilia, homophobic language, misogynistic language, references to war, death, bestiality, and general crudeness. I'm going to say this in the least alarmist way possible, but there is a bit of unconventional audience contact for the first And lastly, Ella Pellegrino is sad she cannot be here for the performance. So as a gesture of thanks and somewhat carrying on the legacy she began, you can find some party favors under your seats. Thank you so much for enjoying the show.
A noble audience here today. Well, sirs, you're come to see this bawdy play. And faith is debauchery complete. The very name of it made you mad to see it. How would it please you well, by Jove? I think you all love bawdy things as whores love chink. I do presume there are no women here. 'Tis too debauched for their fair sex, I fear. But to speak on behalf of the play, I see you're all mad to know what I have to say. It is the most debauched heroic piece. Will tickle every vein and please your sight. Nay, make your prick to have an appetite. But pray, sir, let me beg of you one favor that is to bind you to good behavior. Oh, sirs, you should have brought some rope to tie that unruly member close down to your thigh. So fiery they are grown when cunts in sight, like mad and furious horses in the fight. Our scenes are drawn in the life in every shape. They'll make all pricks to stand and cunts to gape. The author's prick was so unruly grown was writing this, he could not keep it down. But, thinking on the postures of the play, was forced at last to take his strength away, made him sick by frigging till he spews. Oh, sweet revenge, because he disturbs his muse. Noble spectators, we hope this may be a play to please your curiosity. That lady who shall act the best her parts doth hope at least to have a fucking fart. By some of you who are spectators come and have the lustiest pricks in all the home.
Alrighty, cunts. Bull singing here. Tirely for tedious toil doth quite cashier. From thence to us he has his prick conveyed, and thinks it treason to behold a maid. That sensual creature, fitted for delight, still spends in dreams, and so debauches night. But yet this saint shall on her own damnation swear she's the only maid in all the nation. Some gaudy fop stoops to the creature's eyes, and at the church begins his miserise. At night, conveyed to a well-ordered bed, the already coupled gets a maidenhead, which is a toll, done by the powerful aid. Cunt washed with alum makes a whore a maid. Wanting that art, she clings her thighs, so fast having spent twice, he shall come in at last. Often she claps the unacquainted cheek, and draws whole showers of sperm from laboring threads. Buggery we choose, and buggery we allow, for none but fops alone to cunts will bow. The wench's parts exposed at every door, and she that hath a cunt will be a whore.
Act 1, representing an antechamber hung round with errant impostures, Enter Debauchery, Erastus, Hockenello, and Twelly.
Thus, in the zenith of my lust I reign. I eat to swive, and swive to eat again. Let other monarchs, who their scepters bear to keep their subjects less in awe than fear, be slaves to crowns. My nation shall be free. My pintle only shall my scepter be. My laws shall act more pleasure than commanded. With my prick I'll govern all the land.
Will you permit the nation to enjoy that freedom which a tyrant would destroy? May your gracious cause and tars be full as boundless in your pleasures as your will.
May plentiful delight of cunt and arse be never wanting to your royal farce. May lust inflame your prick with ardent sprite ever to fuck with safety and delight.
My prick Erastus once thy wanted care.
My duty still my service does prepare.
You are my counsel all.
The bliss we own.
But this advice belongs to you alone.
I do no longer stale cunts admire. The drudgery has worn out my desire. Your grace may soon to human arts retire.
My pleasures for new cunts I will uphold, and have reserves of kindness for the old. I grant in absence, dildos may be used. With milk of goats instead of sperm infused, I prick no more shall to bold cunt resort. Merkin rubs off and sometimes spoils the sport.
Let Merkin, sir, be banished from the court.
I could advise you, sir, to make it pass once more at loyal Puccanella's axe.
When last, great sir, vouchsafe to let your Twelly's hand your pintle chafe. You gently moved it to my arse when lo, arse did that deed which kind hand could not do.
Now Puccanello for a mate I'll choose. His arse shall for a moment be my spouse.
That spouse shall, my sir, though it be blind, prove to my lord both dutiful and kind. 'Tis all I wish that Puccanella's arse may still find favor in your royal tars.
And next with Twelly I will have a talk.
Oh, sir, you honor us too much. As harbingers into your mighty lust, it was enough that us you did entrust.
Can your perfections dare to claim a right? Those whom my pleasure serve I will requite. Henceforth, Erastus, set the nation free. Let conscience have its force of liberty. I do proclaim that buggery may be used through all the land, so cunt be not abused. That proviso, this shall be your trust. All things shall to your order be adjust. To Buggeranthus let this charge be given, and let him bugger all things under heaven.
Straight these indulgences shall be issued forth, from east to west, and from south to north. We shall obey.
Come, Puccanello, or my pintle burns. In and untrust, I'll bugger you by turns.
The end of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. A pleasant garden, adorned with many statues of men and women in various postures. In the middle is a woman representing a fountain, standing upon her head and pacing upright. And soft music is heard, after which is sung this song in a mournful tune.
All alone in my bedroom with the lights turned down and my roommate gone. I know it's over, still I cling on. 'Cause I'm my own right-hand gal and I don't need anyone. Sometimes I miss your stupid face and your taste and your smoking gun. It's so depressing when the teardrops in my eyes are so much wetter than the space between my eyes. Oh, I can help but thinking about you, yet makes me cry, yet keeps me wet. Oh, you keep me wet till I run dry. Oh.
Scene 2. Enter Officina, Fuckadilla, Controbratia, Clitoris, and Continua.
Sure, madam, he must think with some remorse of your divorcement from his royal tars. The day of marriage you may
cunt of food, for you are like me, of flesh and blood. Yet youth nor beauty can your crimes excuse.
What woman can a standing prick refuse? When love makes courtship, then it may command. What soul such generous influence can withstand? I least offend you in your royal seed. He fucks to please his will, but I were mean. You pressed him hard. I would have turned the spring, but that my duty was to obey my king.
This I must needs on her behalf declare. To reconcile the king was all her care. Had I a Pinsel's privilege to choose, his prick for any other I refuse. Madam, I wonder such a noble mind should be to singularity inclined. He's but a man, and if you'll credit me, there's many other swag as well as he.
Your counsel bravely doth my cares expel. How would you wish me so would swine me well?
Buggerento! To a hair your cunt would nick.
The general, I long to see his prick.
They say he fucks all women into a trance.
Madam, you'll say so when we see his lance. He swives with so much vigor in a word, his prick is as good metal as his sword.
With open cut and swift to him I'll fly. I'll hug and kiss and bear up till I die. Retire and frig a while, 'twill ease your pain. We've sprung a leak, all hands to pump amain.
Scene 3. Scene changes and discovers the queen in a chair of state. Look, and is frigged by the lady Officina. All the rest pulling out their dildos and frig at points of mark.
You do not make it spurt. You frig as if you were afraid to hurt. Madam, the fault in virtuoso lies. He should have made it of a longer size. This dildo by a handful is too short. Let him with speed to set forward to the court.
Madam, your dildos are not to compare. Short dildos leave the pleasure half undone.
Oh, how the general in my mind does run. Sing, Crocodilla, charm us with a touch, so as not treat of chastity too much.
That's a strange word, but if you body crave, madam, I choice.
Aye, that's what I would behave.
Ain't got antlers on my walls, but I sure know mating calls at the social balls on Friday night. Maybe I'm mad, but I can close my eyes and have you wrapped around my fingers like that. So baby, when you need the job done, you can call me baby. 'Cause you ain't gotta tell me, it's just in my nature to take it like a taker. 'Cause baby, I'm a giver, ain't no need to hurry. 'Cause baby, I deliver, ain't no country boy quitter. I get the job done, I get the job done.
Then dance. 6 naked men and women. The men doing obedience to the women's cunts, kissing and touching them often. The women in like manner to the men's pricks, kissing and dangling their cods. And then fall to fucking. After which, the women sigh and the men look simple and so sneak off. The end of the second act. Act 3, Scene 1. Enter Cricket and Swivia, embracing.
12 months must pass ere you can yet arrive to be a perfect man. That is, to swive as Puccinello doth. Why, as I live, your age to 15 doesn't get inclined.
You know I could have stripped my prick at 9.
He shows.
I never saw it since. Let's see how much 'tis grown. By heavens, a neat one. Now we are alone. I'll shut the door and you shall see my thing.
She shows.
Strange how it looks. Smells of lake. It has a beard, too, and the mouth's all raw. The strangest creature that I ever saw. Are these the beards that keep in men in such awe?
'Twas such as these philosophers have taught that all mankind into the world have brought. 'Twas such a thing the king
Oh, the devil we did.
Come, 'tis a harmless thing. Draw near and try. You will desire no other death to die.
'Tis death, then.
Aye, but with such pleasant pain that it will tickle you to live again.
I feel my spirits in agony.
These are the symptoms of young lechery. Does not your prick stand and your pulse beat fast? Don't you desire some unknown bliss to taste?
My heart invites me to some new desire. My blood boils over.
I can allay the fire. Come, little rogue, and on my belly lie.
Lies on her.
A little lower yet? Now, dearest, try.
I am a stranger to these unknown parts, and never versed in lives of blood and love's obliging arts. Pray, guide me. I was ne'er this way before.
There! Can't you enter? Now you've found the door!
Oh, now I am in, and 'tis as soft as wool.
Then move it up and down, you little fool!
I do, oh heavens, I am at my wit's end.
Is it not such pleasure as I did commend?
Yes, I find Kant a most obliging friend. Speak to me, sister, ere my soul be fallen.
I cannot speak. You stabbed me to the heart.
In faith, I can't one moment more survive. I am dead.
Oh, brother, but alive.
Why should you lie dead to increase my pain? Kiss me, dear rogue, and thou shalt live again.
Your love grows cold. Now you can do no more. I love you better than I did before.
Thus why I did lately dream that though my prick there flowed a mighty stream, which to the eye seemed like the whites of eggs.
I dreamt too that it ran betwixt my legs.
Oh, what makes this pearl upon my pintle snout?
Sir, you've bumped lately, now your dream's out.
Oh, that I should lose my senses, heaven forbid, and yet I scarce remember what I did.
It was this cunt that made your pintle weep and lulled you so into a gentle sleep. You gave those pleasures which you waking thought on all my senses had amusement brought.
'Tis strange to think that such a homely seat with such delight should all our senses treat, but its strange influence I more admire. My heart is glutted, yet I still desire, and turn my freezing atoms into fire.
All unknown pleasures do at first surprise. Try me once more. You'll find new joys arise. Come, try again. 'Twill gratify your pain whilst you enjoy what half the world restrain.
I feel an agony my blood enfold, betwixt a summer's heat and winter's cold.
No resurrection yet. Pretty, let's feel. Poor little thing is as cold as steel. I'll manage it, dispose it to my trust. I'll make it strong to act as well as lust. Stroke cunt and thigh.
I do.
Now kiss, my dear, feel on my breast.
What won't you do?
Oh, never fear. Thrust out your spirits with all might and main. I hear one coming. Oh, put it in again.
They're particular. Drunkish. She's famous.
I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good.
You did my thoughts surprise.
My presence may disturb your services.
No, we dare let you know what we have done. Come, we'll continue what we have begun. Sure, I have lost the virtue in my hand.
I hold a key to make it stay.
Oh, sister, let go. Contiguous shall try. Strange virtue from her hand, I prophesy.
I'll not my good into her hand in trust, but on these terms, whichever that she who first does by the power of her charming hand make pods shrink up and pintles stiff to stand, so she no other stratagem employ shall, of her labor, the first fruit enjoy.
With all my heart. What says his powerful grace?
Agreed. Sister, I fear you've lost your place. She does it with art.
Look how his cheeks do glow.
There! There! Oh, there!
Oh, it's death that overflows.
If John may thank your treacherous hand.
I would to hell had you but give command. Pardon, sweet prince, pardon this sad mistake. If all I have a recompense will bring, here was straight at your feet to make a man, my hunt or ours, whene'er your prick does
Oh,
stand.
you let out all the spirit of my blood. You've ruined me and done yourself no good.
Muster up your spirits and try again.
Where power's wanting, will is but in vain. I've spent my last grow and would fain retire to sleep an hour.
That will restore desire, and power too, if that deceitful prove. Adieu to fuss, sleep will all care remove. Come, cousin, let's convey him to the bed. You see his spirits with your hopes are fled. Though he be living, he's as bad as dead.
Exit, leading him out mournfully. The end of the third act. Act 4. Enter Quintessence and Debauchery.
Let your siege with this success be crowned, that what your prick has lost my cunt has found. Your seed with so much pleasure I will own, was in my cunt so plentifully thrown. Had all mankind whose pimples I adore, with well-filled bollocks swipe me o'er and o'er, none could in nature have obliged me more.
If kings are God on earth, their queen may win the foxes and usurped me.
And fate in him must great perfection show, whose tars can please a deity below.
If I have treated you to sublime ascents, oh, dear cunts, all to them.
This soul modesty doth ill in you appear, whose virtues are to dare and not to fear. You must oblige me in this very hour, for to deny my cunt, you have no power.
Your favors, madam, are so far above the utmost merits of your vassal's love, that should I strive in lechery to obey, in obedience swive my soul away, all my endeavors would at last become a poor oblation to your royal home.
Still from my love you modestly withdraw. You are not by my favor kept in awe. When friendship does approach, you seem to fly. Do you do so before your enemy?
No, by my head, and this royal star, but toils of cunt are worse than toils of war.
Fucking a toil, my lord, you much mistake of ease and pleasure it does all partake. It's all that we can good or pleasure call.
But love, like war, must have its interval. Nature renews that straight with kind repose, which an untimely drudgery blows. Mad with sighs, I celebrate the hour that stole my love and doth me at the
You shall not pass thus, dear Lord General, stay.
In what my power admits, I will obey.
In the first place, give me a parting kiss. And next, my lord, the consequence is this. Now, sir, a parting blow once and no more.
Could that have been I had obeyed before? Your menstruous blood does from my veins supply with unexhausted lechery, whilst I, with prick to exacting my desire.
Exit silently.
Oh, Buggeranthos, had my passion been decked with state and grandeur of a queen to lose a love, I had not then betrayed my love, had more my majesty obeyed. My passion like a codger did treat with all the chief varieties of meat, and now the pampered lecher scorns to eat.
Since I have buggered human arse, I thought pencil to cunt is not so much inclined. The lust which in these animals I see does far exceed all human lechery. Their cunts by use improve their influence, whilst ours grows void of pleasure, bound or sense. By oft fomenting, cunt so big doth swell that prick works there like clapper in a bell. Oh, back to you, no grasping flesh does hide or hug the brawny muscles of its side, tickling the nerves, their rallying eyes do glance. And all mankind with vast delight and trance.
Nature to them but one poor rule does give, but man delights in various ways to swive.
How simple was lechery of old, how full of shame, how feeble and how cold, confined to the formality of law, when women narrowed their husbands' mental saw, but when their lust for duty did them draw, then fought with a different delight, as if pricks stood against their willing sprite. First rubbed, then roamed, then spent, and bid good night. Now, we the dictates of our sense pursue, we study pleasure still, and find out new. May, as the gods, his name immortal be, that first received the gift of buggery.
Faces may change, but cunt is but cunt still. And he that fucks is slave to woman's will. 'Tis true, Erastus, should we daily bring one dish to feast the palates of a king?
Enter my friend.
My liege, the general.
Great stealth, intending there once the gods divide their Sodom king with immortality.
How are they pleased with what I did proclaim?
They practice it in honor of your name. If once present, they want no women's aid. Each bug is content his own hunger.
They knew 'tis chargeable with cunts to play.
It saves them, sire, at least a fortnight's pay.
Then arse they fucking bugger one another.
And live like man and wife, sister and brother. Dildos and dogs with women do prevail. I caught one frigging with a bob's curd tail. My lord, said she, I lose remorse, for I had once a passion for a horse, who in a moment gripped and pleased my heart. I saw him standing pensive in a cart with padded eyes and his back, the swords oppressed and heavy halter hanging on his breast. I grieved for the poor beast and stroked his mane. Pitied his daily labor and his pain. Then on a sudden from his scabbard flew the stateliest horse that which, clinging to his belly stiff did stand. I took and grasped it in my loving hand, and in a passion moved to my cunt, but beats of womankind not being want, threw back his engine, though my cunt could spare perhaps as much room as his lady mare. At length I found his constancy was such that he would none but his dear missus touch. Urged by his scorn, I did his right to part, so despair surrendered up my heart. Now, wandering on this wild, cunt-starving land, I am content with what comes next by hand.
Such woman ought to live. Pray find her out. She shall a pintle have, both stiff and stout. Wallets shall hourly by hers cunt be sucked. She shall be daily by all nations fucked. Industrious cunt shall never pintle want. She shall be mistress to an elephant.
Your honor is master.
Do it, let her strive. I'll encourage virtue while style alive.
Were Officina here, she should ever the title of great cunt belongs to her. With ease you may thrust in your double fist.
She is as good a cunt as ever pissed.
That mighty orifice of nature's gate gave one delight, but ne'er did propagate. Products spoil cunt that learned flux allows, and what like woman's was makes like a cow.
Oh, but fruitful cunts by frigging may be spoiled when they use dildos big as newborn child.
A stranger at your royal gates does from Gomorrah with a message wait, and 40 striplings for a present ring.
Oh, it is our brother king. Conduct them in, 'twas very kindly done. Oh, brother Tarsol, this hath saved my son.
Pleasure should strive so much in time of peace as power in time of battle to increase.
The end of war is to make peace at last. When pleasure pays for hail, the sorrows pass.
Enter 12 with 40 young striplings.
So beautiful and true, I have not seen.
How fares my brother Tarsol and his queen?
All hail and health was sent from them by me. All hail and this vouchsafe, O king, to thee.
Gives him a letter.
For the fairest of the damosels in manifold remembrance I express joy in your gates, honor in the high places, and in retirement, peace and posture in abundance. Tarsol. Stranger, I thank you. Go and tell my lord that what the limits of my lord afford, he may, like me, command what comes to live within my precincts that are fit to swim. By 12, we intend to send a score of horrid virgins, if we said no more. 12, to virtue stranger what he stays, with wine and other sodominian plagues. Receive him kindly, my commands fulfilled, and let him fucking bugger whom he will.
Pointing to the boys.
Here, my valued gems, these are to me, more than the riches of my treasury. What does my crown and jewels do me good? Jewels and gold are clay to flesh and blood. Grace every chamber with a pretty boy.
Pointing to one of the boys.
But here's my chiefest darling of my joy. Go and prepare what to my pleasures do, the choice of their apartments left to you.
Exit all but the king and the boy.
Come, myself flesh of Sodom's dear delight. To honor and lust thou art betrayed this night. Lust with thy beauty cannot brook delay. Between thy pretty haunches I will play.
End of Act 4. Act 5, Scene 1. Enter Officina, Fuckadilla, Conticula, Clitoris, and Virtuoso.
Let's see the great improvement of your art. The simple dildos are not worth a fart. This is not stiff. You must
done, and I'll be judged by all. The copy doth exceed the original.
Who shall toy first?
I think it no disgrace if I before your ladyship take place. For pricks I have enjoyed, I'll make it appear, and I have more experience by 5 years.
If by seniority you claim your due, I had a conduct no man thought of you.
You make me laugh to see you vainly strive for the estate when true heirs alive. Your properties are all secure. You think I bore a child when you will meet and drink. Produce, sweet sir. I vow, so long, so true,
So fluffy, so lily white.
So rough, so stiff, so comely, so bright.
Damn silly dildos, had I but the bliss of once enjoying such a grip as this? You're too amorous, so I look away.
let me look on until my thought doth breathe. By strength of fancy, that I shall receive. My long experience and my judgment tell, though you work merkins and make dildos well, you have the finest grip that e'er I saw.
A God to rule and keep your sex in awe. Oh, let me kiss it. I'll have it in my hand.
Over me you shall command. On every charm, rally and surprise, from your kind looks such influences rise. You raise my prick and frigate with your eye.
My beloved cunt, I give more joy to you than all the beauty of our eyes can do. Thou engine of human loss and gain, man's driving pleasure, our delight and pain. Poor prince's profit, poor man's joy and care, the cuckold's caution, the great man's despair. Direct thyself, in my indulgent cunt, thou kind reliever of a woman's want.
No.
1 in 5.
Men are discovered playing on dulcimers with their pricks, and women with Jew harps in their cunts. Youth sitting on a palm tree in a melancholy posture sings.
man of philosophy, who does prick prepare? How chance so long thy counsel and thy care hath been no stranger to our court?
O king, I have this 10 days been endeavoring with all my skill and arts for punch to cure. The tortured pains your nation doth endure. The heavy symptoms have infected all, I now may call it epidemical. Men's pricks are eaten off. The secret hearts of women, withered and despairing heart. The children harbor mournful discontents, complaining sorely of their fundaments. The old do curse and envy those that slide, some fuck and bugger though they escape alive. The young, who ne'er on nature did impose, to rob the charter or corrupt her laws, are taught at last to break all former vows and do what love and nature disallows.
What art doth love and nature contradict?
That heaven doth all these grievous pains inflict. Nor do the beauties of thy throne escape, the queen is dead, and cricket has a clap. Raging and mad the princess has become, with pains and ulcerations in her womb.
Curse upon fate to punish us for naught. Can no redress nor remedy be sought?
To love and nature all their rights restored? Fuck women, and let buggery be no more. It doth the progressive end to destroy, which nature gave with pleasure to enjoy. Please her, and she'll be kind. If you displease, she turns to corruption and disease.
How can I leave my most beloved son, who has so long my dear companion been?
Sir, it will prove the shortening of your life.
Then must I go to the old whore, my wife. Why did the gods that gave leave to be a king not give me immortality? To be a substitute to heaven and will, I scorn the gift. I'll reign and bugger still.
The clouds break forth. Then fiery demons rise and sing.
Kiss, rise up and dally, pray, swipe and rally, curse, blaspheme and swear, for those that will witness there. For the ballast singes, Sodom off the hinges. Bugger, bugger, bugger! All in hugger, nugger! Fire doth descend, 'tis too late to amend.
They vanish in smoke. The ghost of Country Gratia arises.
Oh no.
Tyrant, my day of doom is now come. My wretched fears, I want of penitence and tears. I now hell's place partake for thy damned sake. We'll shortly meet again with howlings, plague, and pain.
Dreadful shrieks and groan heard and horrid apparition seen.
Or comes rival.
For heaven's sake, no more. Nature puts on me prophetic ear. Behold, the heavens all in a flame appear.
Let heaven descend and set the world on fire. We to some darker cabin will retire.
Fire, brimstone, a cloud of smoke arises. The curtain falls. The epilogue. Contiguous. Oh, wait. We cut that. The epilogue. Spoken by...
I'm so sorry. stiff, romantic, swinging prick that's twice 5 inches long and 7 thick. My country well dispense with such as this, or pleasure like it, oh, 'tis all bliss. Our heaven on earth, our chiefest happiness. I do wish the gods had given man power to swine a woman briskly for an hour. Oh, then I should have gone with all the rest of our lewd sex. We've been forever blessed. But now I find my wishes are in vain. Alas, they serve but to increase my pain. And now my cunt is a fucking strain. Come, my dear sons of whores, why don't you come and sacrifice your pimples in my womb? The best of cunts is like a common shore. Come 7 or 8 at least, come half a score. I'll swine with all till I can swine no more.
Now, Madam Swithia, in the praise of her cunt.
Here is a mine, or ocean, full of treasure. Because we alone enjoy the chiefest pleasure, whilst men do toil and moil, spend their strength. The pleasure does to us rebound at length. Men, when they've spent, are like some piece of wood, or an insipid thing, though flesh and blood. Whilst we are still desirous of more, and valiantly dare challenge half a score, nay, Canthus like will swive with 40 men, then home to our husbands, and there to swive again.